Yeah. Yeah. How have you got it on yours, Martin?
Yeah.
I'll turn my phone off then. If you got any data,
Yeah.
I'll turn mine off.
Hey guys, hope you're all well. Let's have a look. That one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hello there. Thank you for tuning in. Today I've got Andrea Edwards, a Zumba instructor from Birmingham. Well, she's from Dudley, the Birmingham area, from the Midlands. Anyway, so we're going to bring her live now. Do bear with me. Let's have a look. She's with us. Hello, Andrea. How you doing? You good?
Hi. I'm good. You?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm good. I'm good. How's Mun? Because I know he's there as well. Bless him.
Yeah, he's sitting.
I'm fine.
He's hovering.
Bless him. Let's have a look. So, how long have I known you for? I've known you for like, I don't know. First time I came across you was in 2012. I think it was a Nicola Gria masterclass. I think Gina,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That
Gina
was good.
Fry,
Yeah.
Gina Fry
Yeah.
organized it. I think it was a 2.5 hour event. It was an interesting one. I was knackered by the end of that one. I think
It was good. I think that was one of my first big events that I went to. It was great.
I'll be honest with you, it was one of my first events as well. I'd only been a ZIN not long. It'd been a few months before. How long
Yeah.
have you been a ZIN for?
It will be. I did my training December 2010, so I'll be coming up to 10 years this December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long
It's
time.
old school then. I think there was a lot of ZINs. I don't know, a lot of. I mean, some of the earliest ZINs, like 2009, something like that I know of. You know, and yeah, I know George Martini from Oxford. He's one of the oldies as well. You've got Hender as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, he's old.
Yeah. Don't tell him that. He's still 21. Bless him. So yeah.
Trouble there.
So how come it took you a while to actually go to a Zumba event? Because by 2012 there was a conference in February, and there were other probably other events, I suppose, in 2010.
My first year, I think I did my first jam in 2011. There wasn't many big events back then. I think it started to kick in about 2012 onwards.
Yeah.
There started to be some like bigger Zumba events going on, and people started doing Zumbathons, didn't they, back then?
Yeah, I think you've done it too, haven't you? Because I've seen some old school video footage of yourself. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my first Zumbathon was 2011. It was a Help for Heroes one. I did it with Lisa, my friend Lisa.
Lovely.
And I think most. Yes.
Yeah. Was going to. So no, Lisa, is she still a ZIN? That's the question.
Yeah, Lisa's still a ZIN. Yeah.
That's nice. It's nice to know.
Most of the friends I started with and I've done events with and different things, they're all still ZINs. Yeah, we're all still going, which is good.
Old school, yeah, definitely. No, it's good. It's nice. So, how did you become a Zumba instructor? Did you go to like a Zumba class first, or did you see it in a gym, or how did that work?
I only went to one Zumba class before I actually did the training. There wasn't that many classes around back then. There were sort of very few and far between. But I've been looking, probably, I did the training in the December, and I've been looking from the February before. And I was looking on YouTube mainly, and it was Tanya.
Tanya, yeah.
Did.
You search
Yeah,
for
and I used to
Zumba.
just keep watching those videos and think, I really want to do this. And then
Yeah.
just went ahead and bought it.
No, I remember when I first started, I mean, I was looking into the whole Zumba instructor thing. I was looking on YouTube, and you just put a search for Zumba, and yeah, Tanya would be the first thing. It would just be a random event of her dancing with, I don't know, and there was a guy involved or something. But it was some, interesting times, actually. It was really good fun. It was good. I was going to say, those are the days when, the classics like Pause and Sweet Girl and El Jefe and all that. Do you remember that? That was probably all at the ZIN, the Nick Logria masterclass. All of those would have been played around then.
Yeah.
But I remember the El Jefe one, that one. I haven't seen anyone do that for a long time, but I remember that one pretty well.
Yeah. I think we did that at the Help for Heroes one. We did that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was I think it was ZIN 38 or 36 or whatever. I can't remember. It's like a million of them, isn't there? So so you did only one Zumba class, and where was that? Was that in your area, or was that?
Yeah, it was local one. Yeah. But yeah, I went to it the once, and then that was after I'd been looking on YouTube, and then I'd already decided I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then I just looked for a training, but the trainings then, but I don't think there was many in the area. I had to travel down to Beckenham in Kent.
Beckenham in Kent. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Okay. And who did you do your B1 with?
Lindsay Taylor.
Lindsay Taylor. So she flew all the way from the US, and
I think she was already in England doing the trainings. I think it was actually her last one, her last UK training, and then she was flying back to the US. So I didn't really know who she was.
Yeah, Lindsay. Definitely. I know that Loretta Bates was doing a lot of, the first ones. After Beto, I think Beto came in 2009, and he did some, B1s. But after that, Loretta Bates, Lindsay Taylor. I'm trying to think who else was doing the first ones in the UK.
Naomi, I think. But
obviously Naomi, Caroline, and we've got Donna. They were the what's the name of the first three? Most of them are actually. Caroline's going as well at the moment. So it's almost been 10 years. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So how was your first training? What did you know much about, like Latin rhythms, salsa, merengue, reggaeton, all that?
Well, previous to doing the training, I used to teach salsa aerobics. Because that was what I was doing before. So I was already into the sort of the salsa style of music. But obviously, when you go to B1, you've got all the other rhythms that you're learning as well. So that was all new to me.
I've been a few instructors actually.
It was only sort of salsa I was sort of familiar with.
You've been doing aerobics for a while. How long have you been doing aerobics?
For 20 years this year.
20 years, bless you. So half of it's been Zumba, Yeah. Yep. And then, but no, it was
20 years. That's showing my age. I know I was a late starter as well.
No.
So yeah.
Anyway, we're sold.
Yeah. So most of my life,
No, to be honest with you, it's for a lot of
fitness classes.
We've got a mixture of people, and a lot of aerobics instructors, they did like transition to like doing Zumba, so it's pretty standard stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. So how did you find your first training? You did your master class and obviously all the steps and what goes with a B1. How did you feel about it?
Well, I came out and thought, can I do this? I was like, a bit overwhelmed, I think, for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I just went on and I just practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And then eventually I started my first class in January.
Mm-hmm. So December, January, literally the next month.
Yeah, so I practiced like about 4 weeks.
Was that Christmas? Christmas Zumba. I can imagine Martin hearing it quite a bit.
Christmas Day Zumba, that's it.
I remember when I first became a Zen, I was just playing and my parents were hearing it on. Anyway, it is interesting. Bless him, but I know Martin, he's lovely. He would have had to do with it anyway.
So who was yours then?
My first was Naomi, actually. 2012 in June. It'll be 8 years. 8 years in 2 days or something. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I'd actually, I could go on about me, but yeah, I'd gone to Zumba classes for 6 months, maybe not 6, was it? November, December, yeah, and it was almost 6 months actually. That's when I started doing Zumba. Yeah, it was interesting because I didn't know much about rhythms, to be honest. I was like a complete newbie, so it was all, it was interesting. After that, I kind of learned, picked it up. But it was a slightly different perspective from you. Yeah.
I was already teaching classes and fitness classes in the community as well, so it was just a little bit of a transition for me. It was really getting into like the rhythms of Zumba, and it was a whole different way of teaching as well, whereas if with aerobics we were speaking using a microphone, and then it was a transition to doing like the non-verbal cueing. So it was completely different, but it was
definitely. I think. Anyway, it'll come to me. But yeah, it is different. So, for example, I was aware of the rhythms, I saw a fellow instructor that I was going to his classes. Maybe I'll mention it some other time. But he gave me the B1 starter pack before I actually. So I understand. I could see salsa, but I couldn't comprehend it. It's like, I don't know, like a baby learning, I don't know, words and stuff. It was interesting for me. So I came a long way after that, I think.
Oh look at you now. So
fabulous. But no, it's cool. So it was good. So it took you about like 4 or 5 weeks till you did your first class. So how did that go? Was that in a gym or is that community class?
It was a school. It was because I work in a school as well, and I hired the school room where I work. So it was. I haven't ever taught a Zumba class regular in a gym. It's always been community. So I've always taught the community classes. I've covered gym work, but it's always been community for me. School halls, church halls, community centres. So I've used all those sort of buildings to teach my classes. I'm still working at the same school, and I still teach. Well, normally I would be teaching Zumba there too. So
bless you, because you work at a school. Thankfully, I know it's quite convenient actually, obviously, and they let you use the venue, for your classes, and you hosted. The time I've known you, any events happening in the Midlands, in the Birmingham area, it's always been, 9 times out of 10, it's been you that's been running them. Obviously it's changed a bit over the years, but that's why I felt. You ran a lot of events, trainings, etc. And I don't know, it just helped, support the ZIN in your area. And it just continuing education and stuff like that, because a lot of Zumba instructors having to travel, they've had to travel to other cities just to take these trainings, or go to a jam session even, which is there is a lot of dedicated ZIN, but when you bring it closer, I know it makes a big difference. It has made a difference from my area. When I've ran events, I've always found more instructors coming back and getting inspired. And then, yeah, I think that, yeah, it's amazing actually. When you go to a training that weekend, you can tell that week. I think your participants can feel it.
Yeah.
I had a one of my participants actually. She came to my yeah. I don't know. I could just tell she's a new like instructor. She's been doing it for like maybe a year. She went to a jam session, you know, and I could tell that she'd come back from an event just purely because she was on a high when at my
Yeah.
class, you know. And I just said, "You've definitely been on an event this weekend," you know.
Yeah. I
It does.
think it's something to go to, just for inspiration as well as learning, and obviously you're meeting other instructors there. And I know you mentioned about me like running events in my area, but what I've tried to do is get other things involved, so we sort of work together. So
Yeah.
I've worked with like lots of other things who are still zines now, and we've between us, we all sort of pull together and get these events going, because they do take a lot of organising. I think people probably don't realise what goes on behind the scenes when you're putting a Zumbathon on and or hosting a training or anything. It's the promotion, it's getting everybody on board to come and help. The practicing, it's a lot of work.
It is.
But
It's a lot.
it's so much fun to do, and I think the local things do appreciate what we're doing as well, because it gets everyone involved.
Definitely. What I was going to say is, like presenters, when you bring them, they're coming to an area that they don't even know. You know, some people, I mean, especially running master classes and stuff like this, you need to push it, at, other instructors in the area and your participants and, encourage them to come, because at the end of the day, all love you, but when you're introducing something new, it's a lot of work, you'll be weeks and weeks trying to push this
Yeah.
event. I know
Oh
I know
yeah.
what it's like. It
There's
is a
a
lot.
lot of work behind the scenes.
Definitely.
It's worth it on the day, because I must admit, I don't think I've been to an event or hosted anything that I haven't enjoyed.
Yeah.
I've loved doing them all, and I've loved hosting all the different people. So it's been and obviously working with all the local instructors. That's a good thing to do as well.
Definitely. No, it's lovely actually having other instructors. You can just even just going team teaching. I remember when I first started, I used to just crash loads of classes. It is really nice. It is really nice having other instructors to learn from, and it just makes things a lot more fun. It does make a huge.
Yeah.
I know what it's like. It's
Yeah.
it's awesome. I know. Yeah. Anyway, Helen, you did a lot of events with her, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, Helen's my Zumba buddy. She started my classes. I think it was the first year I started at Tipton Green teaching there. She was one of the first ones to start my classes there. And she did my classes for a few years, and then did a big one herself.
Yeah.
She's teaching her own classes, and there's been quite a few people in my classes over the years that have gone on to do the big one.
Yeah. including Mark. You guys have been to like conventions, ZinCon. How many times have you been to ZinCon?
Been to the last 7 years.
7 years. I think that's a record even for a ZES to have a 7.
There's people who have done all of them.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, for the UK standard, I think that's pretty high. Actually, pretty good. I think a lot of the ZESs, like, some of them have been doing it for 10 years. They've probably been there. But you guys 7. It is awesome. It's an awesome vibe. I love ZinCon. No, it's awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing like it, is there really? It's
No.
I think if everyone could just experience it just once in their life of teaching Zumba, I think it's just worth that effort. It's worth the expense, because what you come back with is so much value, and it can just bring you straight back to your classes, and it's brilliant. I just love it.
No, it's an awesome experience, and it's very hard when you do it the first time. Very hard not to come the next year. It is literally, it is an awesome experience.
Yeah. I wasn't going last year. I was like, I'm not going again. I've done it now 6 years. That's enough. And then it got to about March, and I started twitching. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then both me and Helen was like, we're not going to do it, are we? No, we're not. And then it came out to me, says, come on, let's just do it. Do it once more.
I know. I think
Yeah.
the last, yeah, I've been to ZinCon twice, you know, and the last time I went, it was a bit like that. I like booked it straight after the UK Academy, which was like UK Academy is always a month ahead, you know. So after a week or two, I'm like, book, you know. Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's always an amazing experience, you know. It is awesome.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. I remember because I mean, all the Midlands crew, they're awesome, you know. As I was saying, I was talking about the black what is it? The black country flag. Got it here somewhere. Yeah, and a lot of the Midlands crew, are in there with that flag. It's mostly Bernie, isn't it? Bless him.
Yeah, but yeah, Bernie got the flag. It's his fault.
It's purely, you know, yeah, it is. Bless him. But you know, even us Brits, we're looking at like what flag is this? You know, and it was pretty fun.
What flag is this?
Yeah, I know. Bless him, Bernie. Bless him. No, it's awesome.
It was definitely unique.
You know, it's usually Chileans. There's so many Chileans at this, you know, convention. After the concert, they're everywhere. You know, they're everywhere. Literally, they love the Zumba. Like, you know. But I remember the last time I went, and I was there with Union Jack, and we're all running. Oh man, there's some videos of me going crazy. But it was good. It's a really nice vibe. It's awesome, really. It is brilliant. Yeah. Here, so I got. Let's have a look and see what we got. So, by the way, your B1. Did you? Was there any ZIN that you recognize that you knew that are still ZINs today? No.
I didn't know anyone there, and I don't think there's anyone there who was at that training that I'm in touch with anymore. They seem to come from all over the place. There's a lady from Nigeria who flew in to do that 1-day training, which is unbelievable. I thought I'd travel the furthest, so 300 miles to Dudley to Beckenham, and everyone was saying, "Oh, where do you come from? Where do you come from?" I thought, well, I've travelled the furthest, surely. And then this lady says, "Oh, I've come from Nigeria." I thought, oh well, you bet me there.
Yeah, she definitely.
Yeah, they'd come from miles and miles. Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, I've run events and training, so we've had people come from Czech Republic, you know, and a few people. So all over the place, you know. Yeah,
we're all crazy, Zumba crazy.
Exactly. So, you've taken a lot of trainings. You've done a lot of continuing education. Which training do you like the most?
Oh, well, I've taught Zumba toning, and I'm teaching Zumba Gold as well now.
Yep.
So I think I like them both. It's just I'm not teaching the toning at the moment, but I'm doing more of the Gold classes.
Yep.
But I think I like all the specialities. The one I haven't really talked a lot of is Sento, although I've done the training. Yeah. And Zumba Kids, I've just started Zumba Kids back up for the virtual classes.
You did say, actually, because you work at a school, and I'm sure that will take off.
Yeah, I've taught a few the kids at the school, Zumba Kids, and they love it. Yeah, it's just time. It's just just a bit restricted on the time to do everything. I'd love to do everything.
I know do everything.
Moment,
but you never know. These things we just end up pulling out of nowhere sometimes. You know, we've got like a license for training, and I don't know. It's like, for example, like Zumba with bursts. That one's kind of not many people do that. You know, it's a capsule, and actually you can actually do a 30-minute class. But I think it was like, because it's like interval training. It's a bit like Strong Nation. you know. So yeah, you don't hear about it much, but yeah, I mean that
No.
sometimes it pops in my head, like why not run like a 30-minute Zumba with burst class, you know, like virtually,
Mm.
obviously with the current
Oh,
situation.
why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a good idea. It's just something different.
Yeah, a quick 30-minute blast, because sometimes people haven't got the time, have they? But to do a quick 30-minute class, of a high intensity class probably works. Whereas,
Yeah,
some people haven't got an hour to spare, they've got other things doing. So I think it's
is
worth
it?
trying.
It's definitely
Yeah,
definitely. I will see. As
you're
well as
welcome and jump on.
yeah, definitely. You can join anytime, Andrea.
I'll come and join. You give a 30-minute bursts, and I'll come and join you with it.
Bless you. You get an invite for sure. There was seated like Zumba gold classes as well. That was another thing I was trying to venture with. It's something you
Mm,
have, and you think, okay, let me just bring it to the yeah, put it out there and see how it,
yeah.
you know. Definitely, it's always good. You never know. You always get licensing, but you never know when you bring it back. So I used to do step, Zumba step. But
Hmm.
obviously, I might bring it back again. I haven't done. I did it for like a year. It
Really?
was not too bad. But you never know. It always comes back at a later date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've got the license, you can still use it. You're still getting all the music and the choreography, aren't you? So, yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
No. Definitely. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Boom, boom, boom. So, what was your favorite training out of the trainings that we mentioned?
Probably on the par, the toning and the gold, I think.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
both of them have got advantages. So I love the gold, because I think it's specific to a certain age group. Although I'll get all ages in the gold classes,
It's funny. Yeah.
it is targeted at the more mature person, but
Hmm.
I still get young people coming to gold, which is
Yeah, everyone's loving it. To be honest
good.
with you, I was in Anders class yesterday, and it was all
Mm,
abilities. It was
yeah,
it's pretty good. It is
yeah,
an awesome program, Zumba Gold. Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
So like, what about other like capsules that you've taken, maybe, or like pro skills? Was that something you liked as a training?
I've taken pro skills twice.
Hmm.
I took it as one of my, actually, it was pro skills where I met Henda,
Hmm. Yeah.
with Donna Giffin, quite some few years ago that was. Yeah, I met Henda there. He was doing the same training. And then I did pro skills at convention last year because I just wanted to refresh.
Who did you do
And
it with? Zincon, was it Steve?
Mario, it's
Mario.
Mario.
Great.
Hmm.
It was really
Yeah,
good.
so it was good to do. It was good to do it with somebody else, and
Hmm.
also to do a refresher,
Hmm.
because I say it's been, it was probably 2012. I did, or
Definitely.
12,
Oh, you know
13.
what?
So
So I did my pro skills. My first one was in Lille, for the first ever pro skills. It was interesting. There was a bazillion people there, and I was like a kind of new instructor at the time, so I might not have picked it up as well. I mean, I understood some of it, but it
yeah.
wasn't until I did it with Donna a few years later, then that was when you connected the
Mm,
dots. So it was, yeah, yeah. Is an amazing training. It is something I would
yeah,
definitely do again. You know,
yeah,
it is an
yeah.
awesome.
And it's good to do it with different ZES, because
Mhm.
they've all got their own little
Oh yeah, they definitely have
ways of
their
teaching.
yeah, they have their different perspectives for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah. I've done B1 twice as well, and I've done B2 twice, and pro skills twice.
B1. So the second time you did your B1, who did you do it with?
um, Sandra Bayliss. I
Sandra.
hosted it, so yeah, I hosted that training, and
She's really nice. I do like Sandra. She's awesome.
yeah,
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 she's lovely.
yeah. They're
Definitely,
all lovely, aren't they?
they are.
I think
To be
we're
honest,
really lucky. I think they're all really good, and they've all got their own qualities. And as I say, I don't think I've been to anything that I haven't enjoyed.
you were disappointed about.
Because,
I know it's a difficult one. Yeah, no, that's really good. Obviously, I mean, Zumba has standards. Let's say. Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's good. That's good. Let's see what other things we've got here. So, who is your favorite Zumba presenter?
Oh,
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I've had so many. If I'm talking internationally,
Internet. Yeah.
I think that when I go to convention, I think the one person, or well, there's two people that I always try and do their session, and that's John Gonzalez.
John. Yeah.
And Mauricio. He's Hit the Streets and John's Latin Urban. I love those sessions. I love the music. And I think they're both brilliant presenters, make it so easy. It's just, you just learn so much from them because they just keep it simple.
Yeah, they do. Choreo's really nice.
They've got their own swag with it, which, you know, it's, I could just stand and watch. I just stand there and watch. But no,
I know that Angie loves you. She thinks he's awesome.
Yeah. I could just stand and watch him actually. I'm quite happy to watch him not do it.
The performance. But no, they do great choreo, and they're really definitely.
Yeah, it's just the way they're moving. They just make it look so easy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they do build choreography that is, is simple. And yeah, you even when you go to the classes, I know you feel successful. When you feel successful, you feel happy, and that's the key, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What other things we've got here? So boom. Okay, so UK presenter. Who's your favorite UK presenter? Anyone specifically, or should we just not? Should we skip that one?
Skip that one because I think they're all brilliant. I would like to put one above the other because, like I say, they've all got their own qualities, haven't they? And the same with all our jammers. I think we're really lucky that we've got so much good talent in the UK. They're all inspiring. I wouldn't like to pick one over the other, to be honest. For the fact that might lynch me if I say a lot.
Hilarious, definitely.
I'm not going to put my head on the block there. Yeah, they're all brilliant.
Yeah, they're all amazing. I know. It's a difficult one, to be honest. Each and every one has their.
Yeah. They're all brilliant.
But I would say they all have their, their thing.
Yeah. You can learn something from all of them.
Definitely. Let's have a look. See what other things we got here. So which is your favorite rhythm? Other than salsa,
reggaeton.
Yeah, no.
I have to be careful I don't put all reggaeton in the class.
Crumbs, you'll be running a reggaeton class.
No, I don't, but it's very tempting.
I know it is tempting, I know. I was going to say, do you remember back when we used to do 70-30, current?
That?
Latin world rhythms, 70%, and 30 current. You remember those days?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I used to count them. And I've got 3 merengues and I've got 2 salsas, and then where are my pop tracks? And but I must admit, I didn't put the 30% pop in. I preferred all the Latin.
Yeah, I know it.
One pop track in, but I really love. I just
love
all the Latin.
To be honest with you, I mean, that's what brings your participants to your classes. You've got almost there are different participants. They all like something different. Some will come for the belly dance, other will come maybe for a tango or a salsa or something. So, some of them obviously don't like certain rhythms, but they're always there for that track that they really like. Some of them probably don't realize it. That rhythm they really like. But that's what it's about. It's about having something for everyone. If you don't, if it's all one rhythm, you're going to get people who just like that one rhythm in your class.
I think we've got so much more choice now than when we first started, 10 years ago.
Material-wise, we got loads.
The fusions, we've got more fusions now, which is brilliant. So, for someone starting now, they've got so much choice of music to use and rhythms compared to when we started 10 years ago. I mean, it was good then, but now it's endless.
It is endless amounts of material, and we're really grateful, and we just hope that some don't hold back on that, because we are getting spoiled, with a lot, and the fusions are awesome, they're really nice. It adds adds something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Hmm.
That's good. So we got that. What would your advice be to a new Zumba instructor?
If you was taking your training now, I would say try and get to other classes, meet up with the local ZINs, and just practice. You just need to practice and practice in front of a mirror, and maybe even film yourself,
That's
because it's
really
different when
different.
you're watching yourself back.
Yeah. I
As
don't like
a
myself.
teacher.
But it
Yeah,
does make a huge difference. I think
it's so much different when you're teaching and then you video yourself, and then you watch it back, because you see a lot in yourself, and you learn from it. But also, I would say to people as well, get to jam sessions, and especially now we've got all these virtual sessions open to us. You could just log on now and pick a jam session anywhere in the world. I think you take that opportunity. Take that opportunity, because we've never had that opportunity before, to go and take a jam session with somebody in Russia or China or Japan or any of all these places that you would normally be able to get to. And I think it's from jam sessions you learn a lot as well. You get unique choreography. I'm plugging all the jammers here. Come on, jammers, I need you.
exactly. I know what you mean. Yeah, you're on a point. No,
Well,
definitely. You know what?
no, seriously. Yeah, seriously, like for anybody who's starting, I think just get out there, go to as many classes as you can get to, practice, and see if you can get to some of the events that are going on and any jam sessions, and just do as much as I can, really. You can't not get enough education, really, can you?
Definitely. No, I mean, we're always progressing as a person. I mean, yeah, we're continually learning. So there's no, I mean, yeah, there's no end to that, to be honest, as you said. But at the moment, with the current situation, it really is, the world is your oyster now. You can literally tap into any jam
Mm-hmm.
session, any training. I mean, I've seen a
Mm-hmm.
few people go into, like um, aqua Zumba trainings now, which is really
Yeah,
awesome. Caroline's doing those at the moment,
yeah.
the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's an opportunity. A lot of
Yeah.
people, it is awesome. It
Yeah.
is brilliant.
I spoke to my friend today, and she did a B2 yesterday with,
Hmm.
I can't remember the Z's, but he's from the US.
Hmm.
I mean, how amazing is that, really? That, she's
Oh,
being able to do something like that.
it is awesome.
Uh,
It's amazing, really. At the moment, I mean,
mm,
obviously, it's an interesting time, strange time, but these things do add to it, and make things a bit better. It's like
yeah,
the brighter side of these things.
yeah, we've all had to adapt really quickly, haven't we? Because
Yeah.
it sort of just hit us overnight, really. This 1 minute I got my class, and the next minute it gone. So
Next minute,
there's no choice. Yeah, no choice really, but to just go with it. And yes, it was a huge learning curve, because we had to use a technology that I've never even heard of Zoom. What Zoom? I was like, what Zoom? Never heard of it at all. And we had issues, didn't we? I
We did, yeah. Yeah,
yeah, Martin.
He knows I had issues, because he had the brunt of it all.
Martin's the IT expert.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
You're
not an expert, that's the trouble.
He's not an expert.
she thinks I am.
That's
Yeah.
come.
So yeah, the PC went out the window a few times, but yeah, but we got there in the end. It's still a learning curve. We're still learning. With the ZIN Studio and what works and what doesn't work. So I think we've still got a way to go. It's not perfect what we've got,
Mhm.
but I think hands up to Zumba for giving us this platform.
Oh man,
They've,
before yeah,
they must have worked their asses off trying to get that out to us so quickly. So I can't see any other company doing that for their instructors. But hats off to Zumba.
they've definitely pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's done awesome, to be honest with you. Before we jump onto the virtual wagon, what would you recommend? What would your advice be to a Zumba instructor, a new one? You know, you said that to attend other classes, okay, maybe before they start their B1 or even after as well, just to get maybe network. Is that right? So at least you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
cover
to
classes.
network, and also like don't feel afraid that if they want to go to a class, just to contact the instructor who's teaching and just say, look, I'm new, I've just done my B1 training. Do you mind if I come along to your class? And I bet you 9 times out of 10, the instructor who's teaching the class will turn around and say, well, would you like to come and teach track? Because it gives us a rest.
Definitely.
So for us to get a new instructor in the class and they're happy to jump up and do a track or team teacher track, that's going to be a fantastic boost for any newbie.
It is awesome, and the thing is in your class, you know, it doesn't make a big deal. It means, you know, it brings something to you, to your class. Not only that, it says, I mean, yeah, it says, I mean, if they're regularly attending, it shows that your class is pretty good. So people, you need to take it as a compliment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like some instructors don't, you know, and they should take it as a compliment. It is yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's awesome. And they come, they give you a break. They do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 half your class.
Yeah, just till they get 6 tracks.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless.
no, it's
Mhm.
no, it's good to do, and and I've made some like lifelong friends from teaching my Zumba classes. So it's ones who come to be instructors themselves, but also people who've been coming to my classes for years. It's you make a lot of friends from teaching Zumba. It's a very happy, welcoming vibe type of class, and I think people like that. I think they come because they feel part of you and not just trudging along at the back of the class doing exercise.
It's a really
It's
social environment. It is lovely and
yeah.
awesome. That's a big thing. Even our participants, when they come, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they come for. It's partly a social thing, you know, and
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
to make them feel, you know, comfortable in the environment. You know, that they're
Mm-hmm.
exercising in, they're having fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's not always about technicality. It's about moving and having fun,
Yeah.
burning those
Yeah.
calories. You know, and have a good
Yeah.
laugh.
We're all different, and us as instructors, we're not all perfect.
Bar me,
I
I'm perfect.
okay then.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everybody knows when I go wrong because I've just got that look on my face.
My participants literally they're the ones cluing me in on my routines. Like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, but then it's good to have your front rowers. So if you do go wrong, I'll just look at them and they're just doing an automatic pilot. So it's that move there.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely when you bring some oldies in and you're like, you can't remember them. Like, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Follow her.
or you deliberately change it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
exactly. That was
yeah,
yeah, putting you
yeah,
on your
you deliberately put that other step in that you've never done before.
freestyle. Yeah, yeah, I've been there. So,
Yeah.
so virtual wagon. Let's have a look. Virtually is
Oh,
really interesting. As you said, like everyone's had to be like an IT expert overnight. You know, it's a shame
mm,
because some people, you know, some great instructors out there, you know, they haven't been able to, you know, take that on board or, you know, they've had to. Yeah, it's a shame because they haven't been able to, you know, they've had to like halt their activity
yeah,
structure. So we're just
yeah.
thankful, like for like people like,
I know
you
there's
know.
quite a few. It's the internet part of it, isn't it? And if you haven't got the internet speed, and I know a lot of people who've had trouble trying to do things, but it's just down to the internet, and we've got no control over that, unfortunately. So we can only do the best we can.
Especially when it's a participant, their internet's a bit iffy. You know, you try.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, try and get as close as possible to the router. You know.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
like how it's got the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one to this, particularly my gold, you have trouble getting in, but it's either the device they're using or like internet issues, and obviously because you can't be there with them to show them, it's really difficult tell them what to do.
Is,
You
you know,
know, you try your best, but
I've been there. I've definitely been
you
there.
know,
I've been on the phone like within like 5 minutes of my class starting, you know, trying to advise them how to. It's thankfully it's all worked out. It's all been fine, you know,
yeah,
and it's lovely to have those ladies in my class, you know, even though they're not on Facebook, they barely know how to use a tablet. But you know, some of them have
yeah,
had to be, you know, had to acquaint themselves with their laptops and tablets. You know,
yeah,
some like, yeah, like my grand, bless her. She has a tablet. She has it in a box.
yeah.
She barely brings it out.
Mm,
And some people are like that. Actually, they just pulled it out just to
yeah.
be able to, you know, get in touch with their friends, you know, and get back to their classes, etc. Even though it's virtually, is yeah, is different. I mean, I think it's not only been an experience for us; it's been an experience for our participants for sure. You
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. They've, you know, that's off to them as well for
know.
embracing it. It's just completely new for all of us, isn't it? But we're getting there. The thing is, you know, what, 10, 11 weeks in, and you know, when we think what we were like at the start of all this,
Hmm.
to what you know, to what we've got now, then you know, I think we've all come a long way.
We definitely have, and I know Zumba's pulled all the stops actually with the ZIN Studio, the new live one. I haven't actually
Yeah.
tried either of them actually, the live or
Oh,
the
really?
recorded one. But I know you're an expert, and so's Martin by now on that. I haven't. I'll need to try it out, you know. But you'll have to tell me what you think because obviously I'm on like the Zoom equivalent, you know. I'm on Zoom, and but I haven't really tried the other two. You'll need to enlighten me on it. I've
I
heard all
think,
sorts of red, you know.
yeah, the studio itself, I think that's got definite advantages in that you can pre-record your video and you can upload that as many times as you want to.
Hmm.
So you could upload that same recording 5 days a week, and it's accessible for 5 hours. So
Hmm.
if you've got some of your participants who, some of them are lucky enough to still be working and they're working damn hard, they're probably working harder, making up for people who've been furloughed, you know, out of work and whatnot. They're probably a bit more pushed for time.
Hmm.
So if they've got a class that they can access at 10 o'clock at night if they need to, if you've got your classes loaded up 5 hours, like you put on 5 till 10, they've got 5 hour window slots to do that class. So that might fit in more with their, you know, the working or the kids at home. You've got to remember there's a lot of families who've still got the kids at home with them all the time. And it's really difficult to do a class when you've got your kids around. So
Tell
that's
him,
an
yeah.
advantage. Yeah, that's an advantage of ZIN Studio because you've got that 5 hour window. The live stream version, I've just started doing that. The quality is brilliant. I think the quality is really good on ZIN Studio, and there's no lagging that you can get with Zoom. But then there's advantages of Zoom because people like to see face to face, you know. So I think each one, I think we've just got to try all of them and let our participants say what they prefer.
What they
Anything
like,
that,
definitely.
yeah,
I know that Zoom's had its, you know, has its, what do they call it, hurdles, you know.
yeah,
But what's else? I know that we've all like adapted to it. You know, a lot of Zins have been calling around, going, oh, "What are you doing? How do you correct this issue?" And stuff. There's been a lot of great support online as well. There's virtual groups and stuff like this, which has been brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there is advantage. I do like seeing my participants. I know that we have had, you know, lag issues, you know, but we've wired everything up, so
Yeah,
things are much better. As you guys probably figured it
yeah,
out, you know, with the
yeah,
cable and everything. Yeah.
yeah. It's I think,
Hmm.
and let's face it, the ZIN Studio is still new,
Hmm.
so I'm sure they'll make enhancements as they go along. What I would like to see personally is when you're teaching like the live stream on ZIN Studio, is to
Hmm.
see who's actually joining in with you, even if you can't see them in person, right? You know, for now, with the name popped up that so and so is joining your class,
Yeah.
um, or even with, I don't know if you've not been on, there's like a preview mode.
Hmm.
So 15 minutes before your class goes live, you can go in as on a preview mode. It would be lovely during that preview mode for your participants to jump in and actually see them face to face. Just for that 15 minutes before the class, and then switch over to the one way where we teach, and then you won't get that lag. I couldn't understand
That's
why
pretty
they've done
good. Good. Really good thinking. I like the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've got that preview mode available, and I think it should just be nice for your participants to jump in, hello, 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 and just to see who's joining with you, and then pick a switch, and then you're live, and that's it.
How do you like the reactions? Because they got reactions now on that.
Yeah, but obviously you can do that at the start of the class, but you don't really get that during the class because they're doing the class with you. So at the start, they'll put the thumbs up.
They're reacting a lot. Are they actually dancing?
Yeah, you can see the thumbs up and the hearts going. But yeah, you see that at the start of the class. It would be nice to have names pop up so you knew who was joining in with you and how many were joining in with you, rather than the thought of just standing there for an hour teaching and no one's there. It's really weird. But yeah, so I'm sure there's going to be enhancements as we go through.
Definitely, I think more definitely. No, it's cool. I have to try it. So what I've heard is, and what I've thought of, is actually getting the class done in Zoom, okay, getting it recorded, and then uploading it to ZIN Studio, and then there for 5 hours. You know, I think that's something that's plausible. I haven't even tried it, but it may be something worth doing.
Yeah. That's another one. It's just you just need to watch what music you use, though. Then.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's that 500. Now it's up to 700, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, they've added more, and I was quite pleased to see lots of the speciality tracks being added as well. So that was that's really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. To be honest with you, I'm quite impressed with the ZIN Studio. I like the Zoom for different reasons, but I like ZIN Studio as well. And at the moment, I'm using all of them just to see. You know,
I'm sure the video quality and the audio quality is perfect. It's a bit like almost like, I mean, I'm not saying Facebook is perfect, but obviously they have a latency of 15 seconds. So what I'm saying now is literally on Facebook in 15 seconds time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they have that latency in the ZIN Studio thing, you know. But I think I'm sure that if you've got an excellent, you know, internet connection, you know, it's gonna come like directly almost, you know. But yeah, no, it's really good, and what it does is it literally gives it time so that both the audio and the video come together, and they can just broadcast it together, you know, without any lag. So no, it's good.
There's a break. It comes back.
No, I mean, I know we have little glitches in our internet, but if there's just a glitch for a millisecond, you're back in and you're back in sync. And that's what I like about the studio, is, you know, you're back in straight away and in time with the music. That's what I like about it.
So, have you had any glitches at all?
Are you what? Sorry.
Have you had any glitches? Yeah.
I think it's just down to people's internet. I mean, I'm using an Ethernet cable. And I use it like when I'm teaching, either from my laptop or from my PC and my iPad. I use the Ethernet cable to try and minimise any internet issues this end. But you don't know what internet other people are using or watching. So you know, you got there's a two-way where it could go a bit wonky, shall I say?
I know what you mean. What you do is you try your best.
That's a technical term.
I think you try your best on your end to wire yourself in to the router. Make sure that you've done the best you can for your participants, and just pray that participants have good internet connection, or at least advise them that they to be in the same room as your router. If they can plug in, even better, you know. But obviously, I mean, we've got tablets and phones. A bit difficult to get them wired in nowadays. But there is ways of doing it, actually. Some, if you've got an iPad or an iPhone, just to let you know, you could actually plug it into your MacBook as well, and then share internet to it. So once you do that, it does feed internet straight through a computer that might be connected.
I've got a little adapter for my iPad I bought from Amazon. There's actually two parts to it, and that enables me to put my Ethernet cable into my iPad. So that works.
No, that's awesome. That's good. Yeah. I was gonna say, my technical head's going like, what iPad is it? Is it more of a, is it like an iPad 2 or is it a more recent Pro or something?
iPad Air. It's an iPad Air.
Yeah, I think I got one of those as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Let's have a look and see if we've got anything else. Did you want to bring anything? Did you think there was anything you'd like to speak about, Andrea?
You put me on the spot now. I can't think. Yeah, I think
We've done it all. Are you sure?
You've covered lots of things, haven't you? You've done well there, Adam.
Bless you.
You've covered everything.
Jeremy Paxman's got nothing on him.
What did Martin say? I didn't catch it. Hello? Okay, his signal's a bit interesting.
Really well. Yeah, obviously. I've lost you.
Do better.
Yeah, I've got one of those internet.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back in the room.
Oh, lovely.
Back
Yeah.
in the room.
Be Little Britain. So, yeah. So we've got a friend of yours called Vince Topin Khan, and he said he's saying hello.
Hello, Vince.
Says hello, bless him. And he was thinking of doing the virtual 30-minute burst class as well.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway, what do you know about Vince? Is he local or?
Actually, just before lockdown, me, Vince, and Helen, we all hosted the Rhythm 3.
Oh, lovely! Was it Sandra Bayless? Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably about 2 weeks before lockdown. It was unreal, really. We were so lucky to
have got that.
Yeah, because that was a lot of planning as well, obviously.
Yeah,
and
we have to introduce
yeah, we I think it was just as the virus was starting to take hold, and yeah, but it was not long after that we went into lockdown. So yeah, so that was me, Vince, and Helen hosting that one, and yeah, Vince bought all the goodies. He bought all the treats.
Oh, lovely treats!
Yeah, he bought loads. We had fruit, cake, biscuits.
Lovely, a whole buffet by the sound of it. I should.
We want to like a buffet, yeah. So if you want to host a training, get Vince on the case because
yeah.
Really organised with the food.
He'll be on board next time, definitely. By the sounds. Bless him. So is he one from Dudley? Is he or surrounding areas?
No, I think he's based. I think he lives Wolverhampton way. I think I might be wrong.
Midland.
He teaches West Bromwich, which isn't too far.
Oh, lovely.
West Bromwich and Albury, I think he's taught. So no, he's not a million miles away.
Is he like a more recent ZIN, or is he, been around for a while?
Oh yeah, he's been around for a while now. Yeah, he's been well. I don't know how many years. I hate to say, yeah, he's been doing Zumba for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I knew everyone. But I think I've been a bit. I've been slacking a bit recently. So.
Yeah. So there hasn't been many big events though. For last year, there wasn't. I don't think there was that many. I think Ellie. I don't know if you know Ellie, the ZCon rep.
Oh, Ellie is out 29. Yeah.
Yeah, she's Ellie Hoop, yeah. She's hosting. Well, it would have been this April. It's been put up till after Christmas. So hopefully Fusion Fest. She's got some presenters coming from all over the place to do that one. So
I think I've seen it with her and her friend Angelica, I think. Something.
Yeah, Angelica.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. The poster, and they've got loads of presenters. Gina. Gennard, one of the twins. They've got what's his name? William. There. Tony. There's a few of them. I remember. Yeah.
Quite a big one. So unfortunately, it couldn't go ahead in April, but they've postponed it till I think it was January or February.
Yeah, so, I've seen on the Zumba UK Instagram group. Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah. So fingers crossed that that'll go
That goes
ahead
well. It's
fairly.
local to you. It's nice. It's good. I'm glad that yeah, Zumba instructors are active in your area. Yeah,
Mm,
good.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
only you, Andrea, running events.
There's not only me. No,
No, no,
no.
no.
Just
Some
not me. Not
fabulous
me.
Zin, obviously.
I know.
Zin.
Deb. You know Deb Foy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Deborah.
yeah. She's hosted a few events as well.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to think who else.
I mean, there's some amazing Zin in your area. There's like Helen, obviously, and there's Bernie. There's there's Maurice. There's
Vince.
Alison.
Vince. Who I think you haven't met.
Vince. We had a whole section on him and his life story. Helen. Helen's just said he's been a Zin for 6 years. Crumbs, and I
Oh, has he commented? Yeah, I know it's been a
yeah,
while.
that's
Yeah, been a while. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I thought I was in touch and I knew everything, but I obviously
So
don't.
yeah. We need some more. We need some more events, don't we? So you
Here,
can.
my kitty, she wants some loving.
Oh, that's lovely.
She's broken
Oh,
legs. So yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad. No, it's nice. Yeah, there's some amazing Zen in your area, definitely. No, it's really good. I'm trying to think
yeah.
of things we've covered. Virtual classes, your local community. Yeah, definitely. How was the new program, Rhythms 3? How's that? Is that good?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, yes, it's worth doing. Yeah, I haven't done many tracks from the training because we sort of went into lockdown and it's
You've been on
I've
holiday,
done yeah, not on a holiday. It's like another
like
learning curve. I think
yeah, I know.
the virtual site took over, but yeah. It's good. It's good. It's different. It's always good to learn something different, isn't it? And go into a bit more detail on the other rhythms.
They had 3 rhythms. I think it was it Bangra? Was it Bangra? Was it
Soca, not soca.
soccer? Yes,
African.
African. Yeah, yeah. So Ricardo's involved, Benjamin and
It was Brazilian
yeah,
and
Benjamin and Ricardo and what's that? Gina
yeah, hip
Brandt
hop.
was
Yeah,
involved, and there was
yeah,
a guy doing the Bangra. He was a new guy. I haven't really seen him around.
yeah. I can't remember his name on the.
Yeah, yeah. But Ricardo's hilarious. I love Ricardo. So it's funny.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's brilliant.
It was a good training. Yeah.
That's you. How was Academy this year?
Tiring.
I know what it's like. It's knackering. My voice, I
Oh,
lose it literally that weekend. By the end of that weekend, usually. Academy
and
week.
it was a freezing cold day, if I remember rightly.
Mm.
Absolutely bitter cold, wasn't it? Yeah, a bitter cold day.
It's the same venue as the crumbs. A second. Same venue as it was the same venue as what do they call it?
The ZIN day.
Zumba home office connection. We used to have those.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
2012. Same venue.
yeah,
It's freezing. Unfortunately,
yeah.
I couldn't make Academy this year, but it's good to
Um,
get some insights. You know,
yeah,
it is a
it was
cold
quite
event,
busy. Yeah.
but I bet you
Mm.
it wasn't very cold for very long.
No, no. It was good. It was good to see Mansour
Hmm.
Gallant. He was brilliant. John Gonzalez was there, which was fantastic for him to come all over to UK to do
Yeah.
his Latin Urban.
Hmm.
Sandra, and we had Jessica doing flamenco. So
Oh,
it was
flamenco, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, definitely.
it was a good day. Definitely a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see Mansour doing well. Actually, he was a ZJ for
Mhm.
years, and recently, I mean, like 2 or 3 years now, a couple of years now, is a what's that called? Zest for South Africa. Yeah, he's doing really
Yeah,
good. He's doing
yeah.
good.
He was. I really liked his session. I thought he was a really good
As long as you
teacher.
approve, Andrea, you know that's all that matters.
Of
No,
course.
yeah, I'm just trying to think. So rhythms, the new rhythms thing you've taken, and you think it's pretty good. Um,
Yeah,
kind of pretty good.
worth queuing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
did you watch much of ZinCon virtual?
Of course I did. Of course.
We did. We saw John Gonzalez, Mauricio. I saw Steve Booth. Saw Beto. Bless him. Actually, I was thinking, I was thinking
Yeah.
of actually, bless him, because I remember those papers that he was going with different countries and stuff like
Yeah, yeah.
that. That was pretty hilarious.
All his, changing all his outfits.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was hilarious. I think I caught maybe half of that actually. I didn't realize what was happening. Like, what's going on?
I know.
But it was nice.
Different outfit for every track. I think we
Yeah.
ought to start doing that.
I saw the memes after that in the ZIN group, and they were like all that laundry and everything.
Yeah, yeah. But
Pretty
it's starting again tomorrow, isn't it? We got the second.
Yeah, it's coming back again, which is nice. It'll be good. It'll be pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I'm trying to think what other sessions. There's the Twerk It one. What's his name? I forgot his name. It's Maurice, German DJ.
Yeah.
Twerk It thing.
Yeah, I know. I know.
No, it'd be good. It's a different perspective. And we'll have to check it out. You know, it'd be good. And then what else is there? I'm trying to think what other ones are new. To be honest, I haven't actually got. Might have it somewhere here.
I've got them written down somewhere.
Yeah, you've got it somewhere. I thought it was readily available. I'm obviously not very prepared. I'm just going to look at our good old ZCOM District 30. I'm sure they are posted in there. Daryl, Amy, and all the good ZCOMs have been doing their work. Let's have a look. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Oh, Virtual, I found something. Oh, Virtual Pro, there's a new training, actually. I forgot to mention. You know that Virtual Pro, there's a new training.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
From what I've heard. Yeah, from what I've heard, it's Steve Boot that's doing it. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. That's good. It should be good then. Yeah. So yeah. I haven't seen him, but I'm sure we'll know about it. We'll talk about it more. Yeah. Definitely. Thank you so much, Andrea and Martin, for a great session. First session, you've done the first ever episode and stuff, and all this technical stuff has been interesting. It's been a bit daunting for me. It's taken me a few days of, let's try this out, let's start this show, you know, and I've just been stressing myself out about it. But you've made it a whole lot easier, you know. You're fabulous, you're awesome. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.
You too.
Before I close up, I'm going to say next week's guest is, I'm going to put it on screen and I'll tell you, okay? Probably won't see it, but you'll know in a minute. Okay. Have you seen it yet? Because you'll see it on Facebook in a minute.
Oh,
we haven't got the device on.
I haven't got the device on. I think,
you probably know. I'll tell you, it's Daryl.
Oh.
Daryl Branch. He's going to be with us next week. So on Sunday next week, guys, tune in. Daryl's going to be with us. Okay?
Okay. We'll have to watch that one then.
Yeah,
definitely. It'll be awesome. It'll be
we'll
good.
Be there.
Good fun. Definitely. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Martin. Awesome.
Bye.
Take care, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye. Are we off?
So you get there. See you guys. Bye bye. Once I find the end button, it will work. Come on. Let's extend our goodbyes. Goodbye, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Still saying bye.